Rise and shine, everyone. Welcome back here on 13 Sunrise. It is 9 o'clock to start your Saturday morning. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Lindsay Monroe. Hope you guys had a great week. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful and whatnot. We can just, kick back and relax this weekend because we had a lot going on here in Indy this weekend, Lindsay.
We really do. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. That's, the run of schedule today is just crazy in downtown Indy. I'll tell you, we have been watching a traffic accident on the south side that turned into 2 accidents on I-65 near Main Street, Greenwood. The southbound lanes just reopened, so I was just checking on this with our live in-dot cameras. As you can see here, this is basically all of the traffic that was stuck on the interstate in between County Line Road and that Main Street exit in the southbound lanes. Now, the opposite direction, as you can still see, northbound I-65 is still completely blocked. There was a multi-car crash there. We know multiple people had reported injuries with ambulances taking them away from the scene of that crash. And the investigation is going to be a little bit longer because I do believe that was a pretty intensive crash there involving at least 3 vehicles. So we'll keep you posted there. That's 65 northbound at Main Street exit. Traffic is still being diverted off in the northbound direction. Weather-wise, we have been watching the clouds actually clear out for us. Had a little bit of some lingering rain a little bit earlier this morning, but as of our last radar scan here at the top of the 9 o'clock hour, rain has completely wrapped up and even the lingering cloud cover has since cleared out. So we are back into some sunshine after a pretty saturated evening and overnight. The heaviest of the rain reports just south of the Indy Metro from Owen County down into Clay County, Jasonville picking up 1.39 inches, Martinsville 1.35, Greenwood just over an inch of rainfall. Officially, the airport in Indianapolis picking up right at a ½ inch of rain with that system that rolled through yesterday evening. Now we're on the backside of that and we're watching the sky clear back out. One of many events going on today, the Fever hosting the Dallas Wings for a 1 o'clock tip down at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We're all going to be in the mid-70s this afternoon under that mainly sunny sky. I do believe today is going to be one of the better days in the extended forecast. We've got a little rain on the way tomorrow along a cold front. And a look ahead at our 7-day forecast with a lot of temperatures that will likely be below average. We'll talk about that extended outlook in just a bit.
All right, Lindsay, sounds good. Thanks. And remember, right now you can stream our new live local radar 24/7, so you can watch storms when they come in around the clock. Check the latest forecast whenever you want. So you can just find it for free over on WTHR Plus.
Make different choices. Put your guns down. Don't shoot at cops.
IMPD Chief Tanya Terry, that was her speaking moments after an officer-involved shooting on the city's north side near Broad Ripple last night. So Metro Police say 2 people are injured after that shooting. So we're told it happened just a few blocks away from 63rd and Meridian. Officers were called to the area after someone had reported that a person was dead at a home and that a gun may have been involved. So police say when they got to the scene, no one was dead, but a dispute was going on with a man who was drunk. Police say that the man was armed with a gun and walked away from officers after they spoke to him. When the officer tried to stop him, police say that's when that man pulled a gun and fired in the direction of officers, injuring one of them. We're told an officer then returned fire, hitting the suspect.
At this stage of the investigation, everything is very preliminary, so I don't have a lot of information about the suspect's history, but I do preliminarily believe that the suspect was under the influence of some kind of mood-altering substance.
Now, right now, the suspect is in the hospital in critical condition at last check, and we're told the officer is stable and doing okay following that shooting. Police say the officer was wearing a body camera and it was activated. We'll keep you posted as soon as we learn more updates in that investigation. Election week is coming to a close, and right now voters are turning to the race for Indianapolis mayor next year. So our Alex Almanza spoke to the newest candidate running for mayor, Andrea Hunley, about her vision for the city.
Vop Osili, David Bride, and now Andrea Hunley, 3 Democratic candidates in the mix for Indy's top job. Hunley dubbed it a party for the people, kicking off her official announcement.
And that's why I'm running for mayor of the city of Indianapolis.
The former school teacher and principal began her political career in 2022 when she was elected to the state Senate. There, she served on the Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee. If elected, Hundley would be the city's first female mayor and first black mayor. At 42, she goes up against two opponents who already have years of city work experience. Hundley says her time at the State House and in education qualify her for the job.
Wouldn't the city be better off having someone who's an expert in education lead during these trying times? I mean, I don't know anyone else who has this level of expertise in education that's currently running for mayor.
Hundley says one of her top priorities is improving quality of life for residents. With worries about data centers and their impact on communities, Hundley says she supports a pause on developments.
I think a lot of things feel haphazard and hectic right now, and we need to take a strategic approach to what development looks like, what our city's growth plan is.
In the meantime, Hundley says she plans on fundraising and engaging with community members. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Wait, time is now 9:05. We are hearing from Mooresville schools after a former substitute teacher was charged with child sex crimes. So court documents say Dean Dick exchanged messages with teens on the app Snapchat, receiving nude photos and threatening to release them if the victims didn't send more. So investigators say they know of at least 5 victims in 4 states, including Indiana. So he is due in court next week. Now, 13 News did reach out to the school district, and a spokesperson released a statement saying that Mooresville school leaders are aware of the charges and are fully cooperating with investigators. A statement confirms that the former substitute has not been in any school building since February, and that they say that each substitute teacher must pass various background checks before being hired. Well, we got you covered for all things month of May, from the 500 Festival Kids Day to Rookie Run happening today to Carb Day and the 500 Festival Parade. You can catch it all right here on Channel 13. It all leads up to the 110th running of the Indy 500. And we are now a little over 15 days away from the greatest spectacle in racing, so you'll see our coverage before and after the race right here on Channel 13. And as we count down to the days of the Indy 500, we are counting down the hours to the Grand Prix happening at the track later today. So our Marina Silva, she is live there this morning at IMS with more on what we can expect today. And I can hear it's loud out there, Marina, so I know things are getting underway right there.
Well, good morning, Matthew, and good morning from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yes, very loud as some of the races are going on over on the track, but I'm joined here with legendary Doug Bowles here. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It is good when we got race cars on track and sunshine on track. It's great.
Absolutely. What a great Saturday to be here. So what are you looking forward to today? We've got so much going on, so many people already here early on.
I just love seeing families come in, kids come in. Just before we went on air, I got a chance to talk to a lot of the kids that are here. I'd love to see that next generation of race fan and people having fun together. And this is such a great event for families.
You know, we know qualifying was supposed to happen yesterday. Now that's all happening today. How does that just make it so much more exciting? You know, we're rolling with the punches.
Well, I think it's good for fans. They're going to get to see qualifying, which was going to be last night, and obviously the race later today with the IndyCar drivers. So just a little bit more activity today than maybe we'd planned before we got to last night. So I think people have fun with that.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning. I want to tell you about the schedule for today now that it's changed. So qualifying starts at 10:45 this morning with the green flag happening at 4:57 for the Grand Prix. So much going on. There's so many people here already for the track, and we'll have it all for you here on 13 News. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Marina Silva reporting live for us from IMS. Not a bad day to be out there, so we'll see you soon, Marina.